Hello YouTube, it's Championdjk coming at you again with another Matchbox Monday episode, and we've got some, I don't know, kind of random. Some of these are a little rough shape, kind of trucks, and there's one car. Just, I don't know, this will be kind of a random episode. Starting with this one right here, this is the Ford refuse truck. It's an old one. It was number 7 in the lineup. Made in England by Lesney. It's got some weird, interesting mechanism here for the dumping of the truck. I'm not sure I completely understand how this works, but it looks like you load garbage into there and then it dumps out like that. I'm not sure if it's missing a piece or anything. I don't think it is. Well, maybe it's missing the door on this thing. I'm not really sure. But kind of an interesting tooling here. It is a Ford, as it says right there in the grill. Of course, this one is in pretty rough shape. It looks like it was originally painted in orange, or maybe that's red. It looks kind of orange in this light. Anyway, so this particular version was available from 1967 to 1969, and then it was converted over to a Superfast casting for 1970 and 71. It's in 1/85th scale. And again, is kind of your classic old Lesney vehicle. It's in rough shape, but it's still got some character. And if you were a little kid, you could probably still has a little bit of play value too. So, interesting truck. This is plastic. This is metal. No interior, and plastic glass. It feels like it's got a little bit of suspension to it too. So there is that one. Next up, let's look at this one right here. This is the Leyland Sight Hut truck. It was number 60 in the lineup. This is also a Lesney, made in England. This is the Sight Hut. So imagine this is for construction. You need a little hut to do your planning and whatever communications, your office for the foreman, whatever it would be. And this would be the hut. This is the Sight Hut truck. Not that they would have had to make a specific truck for the Sight Hut, I guess. But anyway, pretty interesting. This is number 60 in the lineup. This one is in 1/82 scale. This particular variation was available from 1966 to 1969, and then it was converted over to a Superfast in 1970. So, of course, the hut itself is one plastic piece. A little dirty, but other than that, it's in pretty good shape, it looks like. And then the truck is metal body. So everything that you see that's painted blue is metal. And then it's got this chrome plastic interior. Not interior, base. And then no interior to it. Just a blue tinted window. Which seems to be common for these type of trucks. They didn't put interiors in them. But, I don't know, it's kind of cool. Kind of a neat little flatbed truck with a little sight hut on the back that fits kind of perfectly on the back of it. It kind of slides off. So there is that one. All right, and then next up we got, this is another kind of weird one here. This is a Mercedes trailer. That was also renamed a Canopy trailer. This one should say, I think, Mercedes on the bottom. Mercedes trailer. It was number 2 in the lineup. 1967 and 69, and then it was converted over to a Superfast in 1970. So it's got like this canopy piece, which is plastic. Orange. Looks almost brand new. This casting looks like pretty much in perfect shape. There's really not even a, well, there's a little chip, maybe a little oxidation right there. Other than that, really not much of anything. So this would probably hook up to almost any vehicle that came with a trailer hitch, where the trailer hitch at least is high enough to catch this in the front. I'm not sure if there's a specific vehicle that it belongs with. It's in 1/87 scale. The construction of this bit is all metal. There is not a plastic piece on it besides the tires. Or plastic, and of course this articulates, and then it looks like you could link them with another one. So you could link a few of them together. And it was stored, I think, originally in the box when you bought it like that. And overall, it's kind of cool. Just in really good shape. So that's a cool, nice little piece of classic Matchbox there. So being the latest that this could have came out was probably 1969. So it's already quite a few years, 50 years old. Which is kind of insane to think that it's that old, but in this good a shape. Got little painted indicators right there in the back. There's a little chip right there on the side. Little chip right there too. The more you look at it, the more flaws you see. But I mean, heck, you can get Diecast right out of the box today that has more flaws than this has. So pretty interesting. All right, next we've got the Leyland Petrol Tanker. Now this one sort of looks its age, right? It's in pretty rough shape. So this one was number 32 in the lineup. It is in 1/92 scale. This is a 1968-1969 piece, and then it was converted over again to Superfast in 1970, for 1970 and 72. Kind of cool. Leyland Petrol Tanker. So it's got a plastic bit up front here. The rest of it is pretty much metal. So this plastic chrome piece is actually mixed up like these headlights and the little grill right there. It's essentially the same like cab of the truck as this one is. Of course, it's a different tooling, but it's like the same design cab. And then there is no interior in it. It's got a blue windshield. The tanker bit of it is actually metal, which is kind of cool. It's riveted to the base. This originally would have had a BP, British Petroleum, graphic on the side of it, which of course it no longer has because of the rough shape that it's in. I don't know, still kind of a cool little piece. Roughed up Matchbox. And again, it's old, you know, it's 50 years old, so. But this one got some playtime. Alright, so there's that one. And then next we've got the Mercury Police Car. And this one's in really rough shape. Yeah, we don't always look at mint cars on Matchbox Monday. Sometimes we look at some stuff that is in terrible shape. I almost wanted to take this one apart before this episode so we could take a look at this mechanism here, because this is an auto steer. So as you drove it around the carpet and turned it, it would kind of assist you in it would turn the wheels, I think, with it. There's no mechanism that like turns the wheels from the outside as far as I know. This one originally was painted white, obviously, and had the interior's white. It's got a little guy in there, a little officer, actually 2 officers, dude and his partner. It's got a little blueberry on top. And the interesting thing of this is the rivet is broken. So the rivet, you can see it right here. I wonder if I can pop that out. But the actual post is broken, I guess, is what I should say. So this thing actually, I wouldn't want to just rip it apart right now. I probably could just bend this thing down and we could take a look. Looks like some weird plastic thing that moves the wheels, snaps them back into position when you turn them. And I think it also gives them, gives them suspension too. So they had suspension, kind of suspension in the front, and then it also had the ability to steer. So pretty interesting indeed. And of course, this is in just rough shape. So this was 1968, 1969 again, converted to a Superfast 1970, 172 scale. And that's pretty much all we can say about this one. She's rough. Turn this into a junkyard car. All right, and then lastly is another one. This one is an interesting old piece too, 1965 to 1967. This is the TV service van. It is missing a top plastic piece that I don't have here to show you. It's in 186 scale. It's the Commer TV service van, and it's kind of a cool casting though. I mean, it's an old school van made in England, number 62, and it's got this feature here. You can look inside there. Not really much to look at in there. I don't think there's an interior in this one either. No interior in this one, but it did have an opening back portion, which is kind of cool. And there's not really much else to say about this. It would look cooler if it was in mint shape and had graphics on it and all that cool stuff. You can go ahead and Google this if you want, or look at bamca.org and check out what this thing would have looked like brand new. Still kind of a cool old Matchbox. All right, so that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Just some older, beat-up stuff. We're down to the wire on Matchbox Monday. I do have some cooler episodes with some really neat cars planned. Well, sort of planned. I just had some stuff that I was maybe saving more towards the end of this series, but we are getting close. This series might end on the 75th episode, which would be fitting, since the classic number for Matchbox was 75. That's how many castings they had in the lineup, right? So, pretty cool. All right, so let me know what you guys think about this episode. Which one did you think was cool? For me, probably the coolest thing is just how mint condition this thing is in. Other than that, this is probably the neatest little truck, this little Sight Hut truck. I thought it was pretty interesting. They're all pretty decent. All right, so that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please check out the playlist that these are in, and have yourself a great day.